Unit 9 Direct Instruction. Rule 8 said that when one consonant is between two vowels, you're going to divide the word before the consonant and make the first vowel sound long. But sometimes the word won't sound familiar. And so then we need to use Rule 9. Rule 9 says to divide the word after the consonant and make the first vowel sound short. Opinion. My opinion of her changed when she apologized for hurting my feelings. Opinion. Now, if we did it like Rule 8 suggested, it would say opinion, which doesn't sound familiar. So we split the syllable after the N and make the first I short. Loyal. Husker fans are some of the most loyal fans in the nation. Loyal. But if we used it like Rule 8, it would say loyal, which doesn't sound familiar. Linen. She disliked her linen pants because they wrinkled easily. Linen. Rule 8 would make it sound like linen, which isn't a familiar sounding word. Salary. A salary is a yearly income, not a weekly paycheck. Salary. Rule 8 would make it sound like salary, which doesn't sound familiar. Decorate. FMP rooms always decorate their rooms during homecoming week. Decorate. Rule 8 would make it sound like decorate. Rigid. My parents had very rigid rules while I was growing up. Rigid. However, Rule 8 would make it sound like rigid. So you've got to try both and determine which one sounds right. Vary. Temperatures in October can vary greatly. Now, this word is tough to hear the difference between vary and vary. Rule 8 would make it sound like vary, and that's not right. Severe. Spring in Nebraska is known as severe weather season. Rule 8 would make it sound like severe. So we are going to go with what sounds right here, and that's Rule 9. Toxic. Taking too much ibuprofen can be toxic to your kidneys. Now, if we said it like Rule 8, we might sound British. Toxic. So let's stick with our American English here and make the O short and split the syllable after the X. Toxic. Vivid. A male peacock has vivid tail colors to attract a mate. Vivid. However, Rule 8 would make it sound like vivid. Modern. Computers are a sign of our modern age. Modern. But Rule 8 would make it sound like modern. Doesn't sound right. Navigate. After the tornado, we had to carefully navigate around the debris to get to the car. Rule 8, though, would make it sound like navigate, which doesn't sound right. Vacuum. That's a weird word. We in the Midwest just say vacuum. However, it is actually pronounced vacuum. Pine needles can ruin a vacuum, so it's best to pick them up by hand. Vacuum. Now, Rule 8 would make it sound like vacuum. Weird, right? Adoration. I feel great adoration for Mother Teresa and all she did for the poor. Adoration. However, Rule 8 would make it sound like adoration. Visitor. We sat at home awaiting our visitor. Visitor. So Rule 8 would make it sound like visitor. Weird. Reservation. Trying to get a reservation at a restaurant on Valentine's Day is very difficult. Reservation. Just saying it the way Rule 8 would have us, it would sound like reservation. Dedication. The boss was impressed by his employees' dedication. Rule 8, though, would make it sound like dedication. Vanity. Kim Kardashian is known for her vanity since she takes hundreds of selfies. Vanity. But Rule 8 would make it sound like vanity. Janitor. The janitor will fix the sink in the girls' bathroom. Janitor. Rule 8 would make it sound like janitor. Weird. Rapid. The train moved at a rapid pace. Rapid. But Rule 8 would make it sound like rapid, which doesn't sound right. So we are going to split the syllable after the consonant and make the first vowel short.